Number 1. Consciousness manifests reality. The source of creation is consciousness. Solid physical objects, humans, plants, animals, and earth all came from this divine force. Place is a frozen time. Time is a liquid place. What you see in the 3D world are reflections of the inner worlds we experience as human beings in everyday life. Thoughts become things. Everything you see in ordinary reality represents an aspect about you in relation to your consciousness. For example, if you see a lot of monsters in your environment, then that may give clue of your need to reprogram your subconscious mind. It is like doing bug fixes by repeating positive affirmations. Therefore, your state of consciousness will raise, which in turn upgrade the level of heaven you currently live in. Heaven is just a state of consciousness. Number 2. We live in a dream. Do you think that the materials and objects in this physical world made from real stuff? They're not. Everything you see around you is made by the fabric of dreams. Nothing is real. We live in a world of fantasy. We live in a dream inside a dream inside a dream within a dream, and so on. Have you ever slept and experienced a sleeping dream that seemed so real? Likewise, we live in a world that is actually stranger than fiction. But the truth about its nature is hidden from most people and kept a secret for an esoteric society. Have you seen the movie called Inception? I highly recommend that you watch it, created by Christopher Nolan. From my perspective, it depicts on how death is nothing but waking up from a dream. You are a dream figure to someone else's dream. You are also the entire dream of someone else. In other words, someone is out there who is your dream figure. Which means you are the dream, consciousness, source. In further explanation, when someone dies, he will become you. When you die, you become someone else. The number 7, for instance, includes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. But it doesn't include number 8. The closer the number from 7, the more reincarnation of it has. So these numbers have the soul of 7. But that is just a theory. Another example is that Earth is contained by space. If you choose to stay on Earth, you will get 1. But if you choose the space, you will get Earth as well, since it is contained by it. So you will win 2 things, not just 1. Because the space is not just the space but Earth as well. Likewise, number 7 is the source consciousness of all previous numbers. So it is not just number 7. Number 1 becomes number 2. Number 2 becomes number 3. Number 3 becomes number 4. And so on infinitely. Therefore, when you die, you will become your higher future self. If number 4 is having some excuse for not becoming number 5, then mathematically you will stop counting up, which is impossible. There are no end to numbers. That means you will keep living a dream within a dream infinitely. There are imaginary numbers, so know that at some point in the cosmic timetable you will become fantastic and godlike, though I am unsure what are the true nature of imaginary numbers. Number 3. Everything is connected. We as humans are connected as we live one collective dream. Cosmic events such as collisions or explosions of celestial bodies may be attributed to human affairs. Horoscope and astrology are not hoaxes but rather real spiritual sciences. That means our actions in this heaven called Earth can affect the entire solar system, Milky Way galaxy, or even the universe. But that won't happen instantaneously overnight. It may take time to manifest. Because consciousness doesn't give immediate manifestations. It may take months, years, or thousands of decades to show results. That is why it is extremely important that we realize that we are inseparable from everything as in existence. Have you ever washed your hands in the restroom and the water splashed to your clothes mistakenly? That may be a sign, for example, you were stabbed from another parallel universe. That wasn't water but rather the shadow of the blood in the universe where you survived. Another example is that, have you ever experienced an injury and then know someone you are so connected with had a broken bone in the same area? If you are the source consciousness of someone, then a feather falling on your head will seem like a heavy anchor falling on the head of someone in which you are the source consciousness of. Reversely, an elephant falling on somebody who is not your source consciousness will feel like a cat that is falling on you. This works based on the general theory of relativity. Number 4. Love is power. The most powerful force in the universe to manifest anything you aspire is a piece of cake. It can do miracles and unimaginable stuff. If hate is responsible for all world crimes, then imagine what love can do. When you experience true love, you become timeless and therefore indestructible. When you love one person truly from all of your heart, then it is like loving everyone, which will create an unquantifiable connection between both of you that transcends space and time. When this transcendence happens, both of you become unstoppable, because you will gain access to all possible dimensions and worlds. That gives you infinite power. Love raises the awareness and state of consciousness higher. It is the only thing that remains in your heart after everything fades away. Love is not a romantic relationship with a person but rather has a more comprehensive meaning that includes everyone. Loving one person is a drop. Loving everyone is the ocean. Enlivening one person is equal to the all. Unconditional love vibrates at the highest frequency. That explains why it is so powerful. I am not talking about the love that deals with bodily chemicals and hormones but rather the one that makes you enter a meditative state. It is part of the qualities of God. When you love, you become godlike as a result. I know a friend of mine. They threw 100 bullets at him. Guess what happened to him? He survived and even got more powerful than before. The reason of why he avoided all these obstacles is because he has an unquantifiable connection with a loved one. Furthermore, there is no doubt that love is absolutely miraculous. Number 5. Reincarnation is real. The principle of reincarnation states that the soul is eternal and keeps exchanging bodies like changing outfits despite physical biological death regardless of the timeline. For example, you may be reincarnated to live in the 1980s for instance, because time is inapplicable to the timeless nature of soul. You can also reincarnate to live again in a new human body or animal in year 2500 for instance. Reincarnation means both life and death are one cycle called life. However, the goal meanwhile is to get outside of the reincarnation circle in order to reach immortality. We will talk more about this topic in another video.